In 2002, Craig was disease-free from 1998 to through 2002. In 2002, he developed a tumor in his rectus muscle, which is a muscle in your stomach area. So we went back to New York, and they took out a piece of his rectus muscle and replaced it with a piece of, I don't know if Gore-Tex is the right word, but something similar to that is what they explain, a mesh type of thing to replace his muscle. And then he was hit with radiation again to get any cells. And then he was fine for a while. And then recently, in the last year, Craig's had a really hard time. Last year, July, I almost lost him. What was supposed to be a 2-hour surgery turned into 9 hours. And sitting there waiting in New York, in a waiting room by yourself. Well, I did have a friend with me, Kathy and Bob, who came down from New Hampshire to sit with me. But still, 9 hours is a long time when you're expecting 2. And I would call, and the operating room would say he's stable. But you know when it's going on 9 hours, something's not right. And Dr. Chabot came out and said, Shelley, Craig's very, very sick. I don't know if he's going to make it through the night. You need to get Emily here. So I called Emily on my cell phone, and I explained to her what was going on. So Craig did make it through the night, and Dr. Chabot said the next 72 hours were absolutely critical. Craig was in the ICU, and his biggest concern was gangrene, that the intestines were not going to get the blood supply that they needed. And he bypassed half of his bowel. And he said to me that if it wasn't Craig, that there was 2 times he stepped away from that table and said, I don't know how I'm going to get this man back together again. I don't know how I can put him back together. This is the chief of surgery at Columbia Presbyterian. But he said, I know Craig, and I know his fight. And if anybody would fight to live, it will be Craig. So I had to give him a chance. He said, Shelley, that's all I'm giving him is a chance, but I can't promise you anything. So the next morning I ran into him. It was coincidental. I ran into him when he was getting off the elevator. And he was getting off, and I was rounding the corner, and I said, he's alive. He's still here. And Dr. Chabot actually teared up. And he said, Shelley, I didn't think you'd be here. I mean, that's pretty powerful.